Welcome back, everyone, to No Man's Land. My name is Seb, and I'm very happy to be here. We just got done a fantastic, a series of all time between University of Windsor and Davenport. It was an interesting one, to say the least. I think when it came down to it, University of Windsor, they're still trying to get all the wrinkles out, but they're having a bit of a hard time with that.
Yeah, wrinkles is a word you could use to describe what happened in that series. I mean, University of Windsor it was a case of maybe couldn't get out of your own way just a little bit. They had some good moments. They couldn't really get things going on the offense unless it was going back the other way. But either way, Davenport ended up taking it. I'm going to take, listen, it's a cross-city rival. I can take a couple shots at them. It's okay.
Yes.
Either way, though, Davenport did win that first series, but we do have York taking on TMU in this next series coming up.
Yes, and for those of you who know me, I am a TMU alumni. And of course, along with that, I came up with the team. We're rocking the jerseys. So we got the jerseys out here, one specially for me, and we're about to get into the pitch. So I'm going to put this on now.
Beautiful, and I will lead us into the game here as we get underway here. Looks like, I think we hear the game has actually started. Here we are on the pitch. Looks like TMU took that ball down to that orange zone to kick things off. York now going to try to send this one back the other way. TMU playing off that back foot, trying to get things going. Seb shirt buff now in effect, TMU.
Yes,
are you going to be able to find one and bury that one in the net?
Now, of course, on the TMU side, we have Julian, we have Krusty, and we have Willie Mandem. In Toronto tradition, they were grinding a ton early on. They were actually, because, we definitely did not speed on the highway. Definitely got here first among all of the teams here, and that includes St. Clair. So we have the early warm-up buff, but York University, absolutely no slouch either. Still one of the top Canadian teams that we have, but TMU is just also pretty good.
Yeah, any St. Clair fans, you are familiar with both of these squads. We've had fantastic battles with both of these schools, and I mean, Valorant, Rocket League, any other title, you name it. We always seem to have fantastic series against a lot of these GTA teams. TMU and York, minute through the game so far, not a ton of action, a couple shots back and forth, but nothing to materialize. That is a nice little contest. Noah trying to see if he can get something going here. Now we see Hargan trying to work off the wing there. The back tap, though, from Krusty. Going to set that one up for Julian. Now Julian maybe going to try to get the breakout going, but maybe misplays the ball just a little bit in York. Might get a chance back the other way here.
Yeah, this might be dangerous, but you can see Krusty. He's going in that offensive rotation, trying to get a demo. We're going to rotate all the way back. Krusty, I think, still rocking the Golf GTI. New car in the game. I might be wrong in that, but still believe he's rocking it. Julian usually rocking the Octane when he's feeling it, but he is in the Fennec this time around, and Willie, of course, also in the Fennec. So it will be ping-pong back and forth. Willie looking to take the offensive initiative, but York looking a little bit awkward at the moment. If any, that is a great save, and it might go on through. Willie can't get the rebound. Julian is going to be kicking himself for that one, putting it into the post, but it might not matter. Willie, it's going to be a pass over, but no one will respond.
Yeah, beautiful play out of the air by Willie, and there's the follow. Nice indeed. The pass to the middle. Krusty and Julian linking up for the first goal of the series. It is going to be all smiles over there. That is a nice little setup over that midline. They're able to bury that one home. 2.5 minutes to get this first goal, but TMU does find their way onto the board.
And that is some really quick, sustained offensive pressure from TMU, something they can very much excel with. A very scrappy, quick, and rambunctious team on the TMU side. York having a bit of a hard time dealing with it at the moment, but we know how quickly these inner city GTA, look at that redirect, but still saved just barely by Hargan.
Yeah, that was a very close opportunity to TMU, opening up that 2-0 lead. Now the give and go for York, trying to find something back the other way there. Counterattack almost successful. There is a beautiful bump. The ball going far side. Krusty going to be there to make a read on that one. Hargan going to fire that one toward the net. Willie Mandem there to block that shot from going in. Now Hargan going to play that one, intercepted by Julian. This ball traveling deep into that York zone, trying to find the pinch. He finds the demo. They get a pair of demos there. Willie Mandem throwing his weight around the block there. Julian and Krusty trying to send this one back over. But I mean, only 1 goal, 3 minutes in. Both of these teams look very, very even.
Yeah, and I like the idea from Noah just to kind of carry it, use as much boost as you can, waste as much time as you can, as you just learned.
What a
Whoa,
pass!
look at that pass and shot from Julian, the man popping off, feeling himself.
Yeah, King Julian setting up beautifully on that one. That is a textbook play. Just a beautiful timing play over the middle. That is as textbook as it gets for setting up goals in Rocket League. And now York University, 2 goals, a minute 46. Yes, you have time to play with, but the way this TMU squad is looking this last half, you're going to want to try to find one of these goals sooner than later.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Julian is a very, very big Furia fan. So he actually designed in the style of Furia to have the TMU logo.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of, fun fact. Just look at his player icon, you'll be able to see it. But still, a minute and a half remaining. TMU taking the lead. Might get another one here, but Julian will whiff it into the corner. Still the offensive pressure coming through for TMU, and York at the moment with just no answer.
Yeah, and this is a bad time to not have an answer. That ball going to careen back toward that blue side net. Going to be wide, though. Not going to be any worry for Krusty. He's going to try to play this one out. York trying to get that passing play across, but Primer not able to get across the crease in time, but he will take down Willie Mandem in his wake. Now Julian, next one to the ball. This ball kind of kicking up in midair. Oh, the shots over the crossbar, not going to find the mark. Now TMU going to try to get this counter attack going. It's going to be Krusty over to Julian.
Nice.
Trying to find the double touch. Yeah, nice contest by York. They're going to try to play this one out, but the clock is not your friend, York. You're going to have to find a way out of this defensive zone and find a way to put this ball in the net.
Yeah, they're going to have to at this point, and especially we can see from this game just the amount of mistakes that were made even by the TMU side. York needs to be able to capitalize on those if they want a chance. So Willie will look to put one through, can't get it through the defenders. Julian, team bump on the TMU side, 20 seconds remaining. Prime, do you have it? No, you don't. Noah will be the last man back, and as the clock winds down, it becomes impossible for York to make it through. So TMU will be able to take game 1 in this best of 3 and take 1 to go.
Yeah, Julian gonna find his second of the game there. TMU gonna add up the scorecard just a little bit extra there. Yeah, we see you over there. Well, I want to see. I saw a pair of Pit Vipers before the game started. I wonder when and if those are going to get broken out, and who will be the first to wear them.
We'll see, because they are polarized, which means that you can't actually see anything if you're wearing them. But hopefully we'll get to see him at some point, maybe even after this game. So the clock will wind down. Ball will touch the ground. Toronto Metro University will take game 1.
Yeah, I would say fairly convincing fashion, although that game was very, very even through the first 2.5, 3 minutes. It just felt like at the end there, York couldn't really get a step to the ball, couldn't really set anything up on offense. TMU take advantage when they had to, finding that third goal at the end just to pad those stats a little bit extra. But they're going to be feeling good in this best of 3. You can't really afford to slip up too much further.
No, and especially in the best of 3, like you mentioned, there's no room for failure. You need to be able to quickly make adjustments. Of course, the coach for York able to come in and really give him, I saw, giving his team some brief tips, focusing on the demos, things like that, so that they can really, try and just counter TMU effectively, because TMU is effective in that demo game. So trying to avoid that demo setup from TMU will be a big goal for York. But I think another thing is just, having the quick responsiveness to react to any of the defensive mistakes that TMU are making. They're not a perfectly defensive team. We've seen it in the likes against University of Montreal, for example, in CCRS. And now, we're going to see if York are going to be able to make any adjustments here as we get into game 2 of this best of 3 between TMU and York University.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things with Rocket League is being able to punish those mistakes, because some teams aren't going to make many. Oh, double boom, demo commit, goal foul, Julian. Wow, what a way to start in York. You're going down quick, TMU. You're feeling good about that one.
Oh, I can feel this one. I can feel this one from here. Julian popping off for it. TMU are feeling themselves. When you're faking and you're demoing like that, I don't know if you can stop them.
I mean, where's the Pit Vipers? I know it's early. Hargan said keep those things in your back pocket. Fear on the kickoff. They're going to answer right back. And I mean, it wasn't quite as flashy. It wasn't quite as nice, but a goal nonetheless.
You could see there briefly in the camera, Willie's just laughing it off. I think TMU, they're so excited to be on LAN. They're having a good time. And I was talking with the team previously, and they weren't sure, how they were going to react to LAN especially in an environment like this. They haven't played too many, and overall, it's still a relatively new experience for them. So it's nice to see that they're enjoying themselves and having a good time.
Yeah, I think once you get that first game under your belt, then you can start to let loose just a little bit. Then it just becomes Rocket League eventually. However, we are in a very close game of Rocket League. Although, I mean, a lot more scoring in the first minute of this game so far. Julian trying to get the attack going one way. That's going to be a nice little tap to the middle. Krusty, though, there to answer. No boost to really find that pinch, though. Primer going to make a read there. Going to get that full boost as well. Maybe going to try to take to the skies here. Nice little contest from Willie, but he is going to make it through. Trying to set something up. No teammates there to quite make the read. Now Noah going to follow. Trying to get the fake, the stop and go, the fake, the floater to the top of the net, the follow, and the goal from Primer. Beautiful job from York.
You know, and honestly, a lot of it came down to the early challenge that we saw here. Willie, you know, doing what he can, protecting that back post, not challenging too early, recognizing the bait when it comes. And unfortunately, even though he played it perfectly, the pass was able to come through for York. So they will take the lead here with 4 minutes remaining, so plenty of game left, but it's nice to see York have a little life to them.
Yeah, nice to see a couple goals come through as well, because sometimes the first game, it's like that feeling out process. Maybe you're trying to get a read on the defense, trying to see how the opponents are going to play. Once that second game opens up, usually we see the scoreboard open up a little more. Krusty, you got to be very careful. They are still not quite out of the woods here. Primer going to find a little bump on the wall there. That little nice cross-court shot there. Going to get denied. Now Hargan, though, there to answer. He'll get taken down for his trouble, though, and this ball going back toward mid. Noah going to be there to make a read, maybe a pass across. Primer not quite able to get there, but he's got some time, he's got some space in the air. He's going to go for a pass off the backboard here. No one to quite follow, though, just trying to regain possession. TMU still trying to play off his back foot.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that play, though, because all he was able to do was essentially just use a bunch of boost to no one. So it creates an easy transition for TMU to come through. Julian with a good 50 once again. Krusty backing off, going to take that midfield boost that TMU can get some midfield control. Prime taking it slow. I don't know if he got the boost there, but still TMU overshoots it.
Oh my
and
goodness!
Still, York can't put it through. So everyone is scrambling for the ball right now. Defensive rotations are non-existent. But so far, TMU will be able to maintain that possession, continuing on as we approach halftime.
I feel like plays like that happen so often where one team kind of starts to panic and the other team almost panics in response like, oh, I can't believe they missed it. Then you end up missing the ball. We have 4 people flying all over the pitch. No connections. The demo, the touch, though, that is a nice floater to the corner, but Willie Mandem there to shut the door. Trying to block that shot. Now Krusty trying to play this one back over mid. Julian just out of reach of his nose there. Primer should be able to make a play off this one. Hargan first one there. Demo for Julian. York going to try to find the clear.
Yeah, even then, the demo was a really good idea because of the double commit from York on the defensive side, but still Hargan. It's going to be a pass over. Double commit on TMU. Still, they're going to be able to keep it out. Julian needs to collect that boost, prevent Prime from getting it, but no, Prime will. Julian just carrying it all the way. Willie looking to back him up. Willie, still there, trying to float it on through. Julian, can he stuff it in? Krusty keeping it in play. It's going to be in the corner. Krusty also collecting that 100 boost is going to be huge, but York looking to bounce back immediately. Every team scrambling right now. Willie, no boost in the defensive zone. Julian trying to take the job. Krusty will back off.
Yeah, York eating a lot of pressure from this TMU side right now, but absorbing it very, very nicely. Willie takes down Noah there, trying to get some space open for this TMU offense. I mean, they found a lot of offensive zone time. They found a couple good chances. They just need to find that second goal. Julian going for the reset, maybe leaving that one for a teammate. Krusty not there. Willie's not going to make it either. That one's going way long. Krusty does make it back in time. They do get the demo.
Nice, double demo.
A pair of demos. Now they can at least get the breakout going. They can get this into the York zone, but you better act fast. You've got 65 seconds.
You do have 65 seconds, which is plenty of time to score one, but you have to make sure that it doesn't get any more than that. A shot will float on through. Fantastic pass and shot over to Krusty, who will tie up this game with a minute remaining.
Yeah, exactly a minute left on the clock. 2-2 deadlock. This is the kind of game we were looking for out of these two teams. We know how talented they are. We know how evenly matched a lot of these teams are in this tournament. Now we have a minute left to decide what could potentially be this deciding game. If you're York, you have to come away with this game or this series is going to be over. You have to try to get back in this one, force this game 3. Oh, beautiful play by Julian there to hold the zone. Going for the pass, but it's going to get intercepted. That ball's going back the other way. Luckily, though, Krusty was on those defensive rotations to keep things alive here.
Yeah, you'll see Willie and Krusty. Krusty nearly sneaking one through. Great pass as well from Willie. York having a bit of a scare, but will be on the offensive half. just briefly while they reset. Krusty over to Willie, nearly baits it on through. Julian trying to get a touch, trying to get cheeky with it, doesn't get anything out of it. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. And at the moment, York just needs to stay alive. Julian gets the flick over two. York left in shambles. Julian popping off. Where are you at, York?
Oh, look at the flick of the wrist. Julian between two York members. 17 seconds to go. York, that's a backbreaker. You have one or two plays here to find a way to net this goal and tie up this game, but that 2-1 lead, merely a distant memory, a thing of the past at this point. Now, you're going to have one last chance, and you have that zone. They're going to be able to get maybe one shot. Hargan intercepted at the midline. No, Julian, beautiful 50. And Willie Mandem might be adding one more for good measure. Oh, he bricks the shot to the left, though.
No.
York, though, there is absolutely a chance here. Krusty, he does not want to go to overtime. He does not want to play after this triple zeros. The ball a moment away, and TMU wins it. Absolute thriller. The shirt buff is alive and real.
Absolutely. My boys, take it. I don't know, boys, if you can hear me, but someone please better wear the shades. Willie, put the shades on.
Pit Vipers.
Put the shades on if we see them. But regardless, congratulations to TMU for getting the win. The shirt buff is real. TMU going 1-0. Love to see it.
Say it. We'll see how long that shirt buff can continue their run as they move throughout this day. I mean, you can see, listen, perfect. This is the content we were here for, exactly. TMU, though, I mean, York, you were so close, and it took Julian flipping it through two members, splitting the
There they are!
I'm going to need a close-up on that face cam after absolute Chad with the Pit Vipers, headset on and all. Just absolute wonderful performance of those TMU boys.
Now, of course, York will be going down 0-1. They're still a good team, and I think they're still going to be very dangerous in this group. But with the likes of Oakland as well coming up for them, I think it's going to be kind of really hard. But TMU making it out already with 1-0. It's going to be huge for the performance. They are one of the better seeded teams, I believe, in this tournament. Now, I think going up against some of the other ones, it'll be interesting to see, because I haven't seen too much of Oakland as far as like the opens go. They're still a fantastic team, especially like Whale being put on the roster. Raz is still great, and of course Jaywiz. But you know, with how TMU is playing, if they can clean up some of those defensive mistakes, I have no doubt they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, and the one thing about today is this is quite literally the definition of any given Sunday. While we might have seedings and certain teams might, you know, theoretically be better on paper, if you come out and you play terrible Rocket League for 1 hour today, that's going to be the end of the run, no matter if you're the 1 seed, the 8 seed, however way it's going to shake out. Luckily, that series delivered. We have a lot more series coming up later on, but that being said, we're going to cut it back to another break. We'll be back with more No Man's Land very shortly.